What's up, YouTube? Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a little bit different show. So we got a bunch of rain coming in, and it's not going to be very conducive to fishing today. And quite honestly, I'm fixing to go to Tennessee. I don't want to get my boat wet if I don't have to. And so we're going to just do a couple things. I've had comments and questions on our channel about what I'm thinking of the Sniper Marine pole. How's it working for me now that I've had it for, I guess, about 3 months now? And what are my thoughts? And so I figured, you know what, let's just go over that real quick. Be a great video to play while I'm gone to Tennessee. So guys, y'all stay tuned. I've got some really good feedback on the Sniper Marine pole. Think you guys will like it.
I'm an American. And I'm a citizen of this world and of heaven. Some things were meant to be together. I believe in faith and freedom. Got a country too. I believe with faith and freedom, we're gonna make it through.
All right, guys, so talk about the Sniper Marine pole. So I have two different poles. They sent me this one over here. I'll get to that one in just a minute. And then I have this one here. So these are two different poles. This one is mounted. Let's go over here. This one is mounted on the trolling motor by this bracket. So it's held by 3 screws onto the Ultrex motor, and then holds by this. So I can take this off. I can readjust this whole pole however I want to do it, just by loosening these. The difference in this one, and I do believe that this is their older pole. If I'm correct, they've changed and gone to that pole over there, which we'll talk about in a minute. But if I want to do an extension, excuse me, if I wanted to do an extension on this, I would have to put this little collar on here, add the extension, tighten all these down. That keeps the extension, or that gets me farther. So if I need to go farther more, I'd put one more extension on there, get it down closer to my trolling motor, which I don't need to do. But let's get up here and talk about what I like about the motor, or about this whole thing. Okay, I had to change directions here, but this handle, so basically you see it like this. The great thing is this handle will extend. You just twist it and keep twisting and keep twisting. And so you've got a long handle that I can move the pole with or turn with. So I'm gonna go ahead and extend, unextend it, lock it in place. And what I'm able to do with this is, again, turn like this, or I can turn this part of the handle here. So when I'm turning this part of the handle, just like a motorcycle, it will move this piece up here. So let's look at that. Let's change the angle. All right, so as I'm turning this here, it's turning this here, which is the transducer, which is there. You can see it moving. Okay, so it all moves in conjunction together. Now what I've done, it's a great thing with the pointer. Now what I did though, and I believe it was Scott Bunch that did this first over in Tennessee. I've taken a drill bit. What I did is I took this tension screw out. So it's got a plastic piece on the bottom that has a spring, so it's spring loaded. And what it will do, as you come to this spot, if you don't, golly, man, I'm trying to, there we go. Let's get it over at this angle. Okay, so you can see where the dot is. What happens when this tension screw hits there, it will click. It will click right in there. Okay, so you don't want to do it too deep, or else it won't come out. But you don't want to do shallow, or you won't know about it. So the whole point of this is I can be back here with my handle twisting all over the place and not knowing where I'm at. Okay, so I can just be running around here trying to find a tree limb, doing this, and as soon as this thing clicks and I feel it, I can turn this and watch this. Right there. That's center. I can feel it. Not even looking at it. It just snaps in there. So that's one little addition that we added to it. So I always know that I'm going forward, or I'm facing forward by that little thing here. So the thing that I do like about it is that no matter what I do, instead of having to really, put it back this way again. So instead of having to really just turn way out here or way over here to scan, I can go straight, keep that pole straight, and just turn my wrist. And I was, to be honest with you, I was a little concerned it was going to get bad. It was going to be kind of hard really hard on my wrist, but it's not. It's not been bad at all. I really like it. I've gotten very, very used to it. So this pole will go all the way around the boat. I found fish under my boat that I was like, man, I passed those suckers up. How did I pass those up? You know, just get them at especially when they're on a tree and you see them from a different angle, you realize they're fish and not just a mound. But so that's what I do like about this one pole. Now, what we did with this one goes on the Fishing Specialties mount. So it's got the Fishing Specialties collar. We got the mount here. And so we just pop it right here. This goes with the portable unit that we use for John, my fishing partner. All right, so I'm not gonna put the Fishing Specialties mount up here, but basically what this does, and here's where the collar is. So this will go right here. The thing comes right out here, and so John is able to. I'm gonna lower it just so y'all can see it in the camera. But okay, there we go. So John's able to have his portable live scope here, and then move this thing any way he wants. Turn it that way, or once again, use this handle. Go down a little more. Use this handle, and he can turn everything that way. So we did the same thing here. Oops. The same thing here with the dot. This one's not as intrusive. I didn't go as deep, and it works well. But as you go in there, click. There's center. So it works really good on this. This pole is a little different, and I'm gonna show you this. Let me get back on the boat. Change my angle. Okay, so this is where this pole is different. That's why I think that this is the one they're going to now. It's the only one they're making. That's what they were saying, if I understood them correctly. But this pole will extend. You don't have to put anything in it. You simply undo this collar and twist it, and you can get more extension out of this than there already is. So if I want to take this into my flat bottom boat, well, you can always see where I had it lower. That's the dots that I had it lower earlier. But if I want to put this in my flat bottom boat, for instance, I can take this apart, push it all the way up in here, and literally have this pole probably this long. Okay, or I can take more out, or let more out to make it longer. So I believe this is a new pole that they're coming out with for everybody. And you'll notice this piece right here is where the bracket goes. So I can move this bracket anywhere I want to just by untightening this screw here and then move it up here. So this is the only thing that moves on that section. So yeah, I mean, Sniper Marine, I'm loving this pole. I'm loving, or these poles. Like I said, I don't get to use this one often. This is one John uses. I use the one on the trolling motor, and I do like it for sure. Okay, so the negatives that I have seen with this, and this really isn't much, but the negatives I've seen are this little set screw right here, if I can get that in focus. If you don't hit Loctite, put some Loctite on that thing, it will rotate out, especially, like, I don't take this off my boat, I just drive down the road with it, and I lost one. So what that means is it doesn't hold this rod in. But the other negative is sometimes you can see a tad bit of a bend in this, which this one's pretty straight right now. But as it goes down the road, I haven't figured out a way to make it not do this. So what it winds up doing is bending this little post. What they have done is made that in a it's a solid piece of metal now. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's pliable, where the old ones just broke off. So they did make a change on that. I think that overall is the only one thing that I don't like about it. But what I've started doing was just tying this, especially if I'm going on a long road trip. I have a piece of Velcro, a long strip of Velcro. I just Velcro that around there so it doesn't move. But that's it, guys. Overall, I think this is an awesome mount. Very, very good to use. I would definitely recommend you guys getting one if you're looking for a great transducer pole, whether it be a side mount pole or one on your trolling motor. They do sell these parts separately. So if you already have a pole and you just want to buy this, say, you know what, I think I want to stick it on my trolling motor. Well, you can just go buy this part here. Let me get underneath it so you get a little better view. you just buy this part here with this bracket and stick it on your trolling motor, go to town. It's pretty good. Or if you get the other pole here, you can also buy the Fishing Specialties mount that comes off the boat, or you can buy, I think they have 1 or 2 different type mounts that you can put on here. And man, it's just, these are great poles, guys. They're heavy. And this is solid metal. You know, those gears inside here, you just take these 2 screws off. That's another thing. You can, if I don't like the way, for instance, when it's on this side of the boat, this part here, let me get back up here, I'm sorry, this part here is facing outwards. If I don't like this, all I gotta do is take these 4 screws off here, do the same thing on this side, and swap those panels around to where the hole here is going to be on this side. So you're not limited to what you can do. There's so much you can move around to make it comfortable for you. But other than that, man, I think this is a great tool. This is my 32 transducer. That's my 34 up there, and I've not had a problem with them at all. It took me just a little bit of time trying to figure out how to really aim with it. Once I figured that part out, I was golden. You know, because I am used to where my handle is. I'm used to that facing exactly where my transducer is going. Now it doesn't. So, you know, I do have to, if I find a good fish, I know that I'm not on that center hole I drilled, I do have to look out there and see which way to go and then pop that direction. So, you know, nothing big. I think it's a great pole, probably one of the best poles I've ever used. I'm very happy to be partnered with them. So hopefully I have them on the boat in Tennessee, and we'll cover some more stuff on here that I probably don't know about. But anyway, y'all stay tuned. I'm just trying to get a couple of videos out while I can this week before I go out of town, because I won't be editing and post the videos while I'm out for 10 days. But it should be a good time out there, and come home with some great videos, guys. So anyway, y'all stay tuned, and we'll see what's on the next episode. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.